Saskatchewan schools have new rules when it comes to how children are addressed. Minister of Education Dustin Duncan says students under 16 will need a permission form signed by their parents if they want to use a different name or pronoun. He says this will standardize policies across divisions. He also says parents lobbied for the change.
My view is the default position can't be, how do we keep this from the kids' parents? The default position needs to be, how do we provide that student with the support so that they are comfortable with their parents knowing a decision that they want to make.
In June, New Brunswick Premier Blaine Higgs received backlash from members of his cabinet and caucus over the government's school gender identity policy. And just last week, New Brunswick's child and youth advocates said those changes violate the Provincial Human Rights Act, the Education Act, and children's charter rights. Today, the Canadian Centre for Civil Liberties says it will take legal measures necessary to protect the rights of students in Saskatchewan. Still, Duncan says he's not worried about a court challenge. He also says they will support vulnerable students.
We want parents to be involved. Parents want to be involved. More involvement, not less involvement. There will be provisions in place in the event that a child believes that they are at risk of harm in the event that their parents know. So there will be provisions in place, like there already are in other instances in schools, that will provide that support.
Duncan also announced another change. He says outside groups will no longer be permitted to give presentations about sex education. Parents will also be able to opt out of having their children learn about human sexuality based on their personal beliefs. The opposition is blasting the policies. NDP leader Carla Beck says the government is responding to issues raised by the Saskatchewan United Party, who finished second to the Saskatchewan Party in the recent Lumsden-Morse by-election.
What I see here is deeply cynical, divisive, and policy that very clearly is designed to address a political problem that the minister and the government has, and will do not only nothing to improve the learning situation for kids, it actually puts kids who are already vulnerable at greater risk. And I think that is inexcusable.
An advocate for trans and gender diverse youth agrees.
I think it's so many steps backwards. I think this is pandering on the Saskatchewan government. They are pandering to the far right, and they are not concerned at all. This shows no concern for the physical safety and mental health well-being of children and youth of this province.
Forsberg says she's terrified for children who do not have a supportive home. She believes the policy will cause an uproar. Saskatchewan's advocate for children and youth says she is deeply troubled by the impact the policy will have on children's rights. She says she's planning to review the policy. Adam Hunter, CBC News, Regina.